Hello, I just want to take a moment to talk about Marathon and how many people seem to be lying about the game. Let's start off with some of the simple stuff and then we'll get more into it, the more complicated stuff. Uh, so, the first thing I want to tackle is the fact that many people seem to be angry that it's an extraction shooter. Bungie, since its announcement, has stated that it's going to be an extraction shooter, so I do not understand how people are still angry about that. We've had years to adjust to the fact that it's going to be an extraction shooter, so people just need to calm down about that. Now, do I want a single player campaign for Marathon? Yes, but I do like what they're doing. I do like what they're doing with the story and how they're handling it. It kind of reminds me of how they handled the story in the original trilogy with, since we had to find terminals for the story and lore. So I guess having this sort of obtuse storytelling in the current Marathon, I guess, is kind of on track if you think about it. Now, the second part is a lot of people don't like the art style. I mean, it's not going to be for everybody. I personally love it. I think it's one of the best parts about the art style. But many people are just hating to hate. Look, if you don't jive with the art style, that's fine. But there's people coming out saying the game looks awful, which is just a weird statement because you could look at early alpha test footage and look at footage from the current release, and it's almost night and day with how much they improved the graphics from when they were first showing off the game to now. So saying it looks bad is just a lie. I mean, if you don't like the art style, that's one thing, but saying it looks ugly because of the graphics, well, then you're just lying. And there is a difference between art style and graphics. So graphically, it looks really good. Art style, again, that's going to be more of a subjective opinion. But yeah. And then, of course, there's been a lot of complaints with the UI. I do not understand this complaint at all because, simply put, the UI is just the same as any other game out there. In fact, this game is even worse a UI. Looking at you, Battlefield 6 and current day Call of Duty, so the fact that is with Marathon, I can find everything when I need to. I can find all the upgrade trees, read them easily. I can look up the codex logs and all that very easily. I can find whatever I need easily because, again, it's a UI that we should all be used to by now because every modern day game kind of uses a similar UI that this game uses. So I don't understand that complaint at all. And then I guess something that's similar to the UI complaint is one that I've seen. I don't know how many other people have made this, but I seen the complaint about open mic and how apparently the game forces you to press the talk, which is just weird because both in the server slam and the full release, one of the first things the game asks you when you're setting up, I don't know if it's just a computer only thing, but on console where I play, and when you're setting up your initial options, one of the options is, do you want open mic or press to talk and all that stuff. It puts it right in front of your screen first thing. At least on console, I can't speak for PC because I don't play on PC. Don't play the game on PC. So if you somehow missed that option, that's on you. And plus, it is super easy to find. All you have to do is go to settings, social, and it's right there. It is very easy to find if you want to mess with their mic options. So either they're being disingenuous and lying, or they're just idiots. That's it. Like that. Those are the only two options I can see because it's very easy to mess with your mic options there. Now, another thing is a lot of people complain about the loot for some reason. It's a looter shooter, and a lot of the loot has various different uses. There we go. Some of the loot is junk just to be sold so you could get money. Some of it is upgrade material. And the game shows you, it has little icons on the icons themselves that tell you if it's junk or upgrade material. And it's just like any other looter shooter in that regard. You can hop into Arc Raiders and experience the same issue of, oh, there's a lot of loot. A good chunk of it is just to be sold as junk for money. So, like, I don't understand this complaint about the loot at all.
And then like some people say, well, the icons look too similar. Again, this is another thing where I don't understand because a lot of the stuff is color coded. The shields and health packs, they are have different shapes. The shields look more to me look more like batteries, while the health packs kind of have like a cross thing going on. So like again, I feel like people are being very disingenuous and lying, or they're just stupid. They're not paying attention. Not to mention the game has a smart health system where it will automatically pick uh, what the optimal health item you need at the moment, which has been very useful. Um, so again, I don't understand this complaint at all when the game is actually very clear with what you are picking up and using. Now, I've heard complaints about the guns. I do not understand this at all. From someone who has played Bungie games like all of his life, although I did fall off on Destiny 2, I will say that I will fully admit Destiny 2, I fell off. And to me, Marathon is kind of earning their Bungie's trust again. But even with falling off of Destiny 2, I will always give them credit for their gunplay. The gunplay, no matter what, has always been really good. So I've seen the complaints about the gunplay. I do not understand. There's have to be people who are just straight up lying to just get views or something. Because when you mean Bungie gunplay is bad, that cannot make any sense in this world because they've been making first-person shooters since like basically day one. Now, what some people have complained about is the shells, the playable characters that you use, mainly their abilities, and I can kind of understand, but at the same time though, you're not really pigeonholed because you do have a mod and augment system that allows more customization for each shell, and you again with the upgrade trees you can unlock those mods to buy from the armory, so you can always have the right build for whatever abilities that you want to use. Now if you want to make the complaint that, oh, I like the look of Vandal but I prefer the abilities of Assassin, but I don't want to play as the assassin character, that's one thing I can understand. But to complain about the abilities themselves, especially when you can alter how they work with the mods and augments, it doesn't make any sense to me, especially when some of the augments can really, you can go really kind of crazy with your builds. Like you could do if you want to do like a strictly melee build with the assassin, you have that ability if you're good enough with the melee, because you got augments that let you move faster and stack melee damage and stuff like that. So like you can do quite a bit with your builds and play style with the abilities that you're given. You just gotta take the time to learn it, the systems and all that. And that just brings you to the point of, this is an extraction shooter. It's going to take time to learn all the nooks and crannies, especially when they keep adding more and more stuff. Like as the time I'm recording this, the fourth map is being teased, but it hasn't been released yet. So like, we'll just have to wait and see what more out there is. Because who knows, what is working today might not work tomorrow. And speaking of which, Bungie has been on top of doing updates for this game already. And it's only been out for a couple of weeks, and they already put out one pretty good sized update to fix bugs, which is a sign that they are on top of it, which means this is going to be a nice and healthy game going into the future. And then the final big complaint I've been seeing, and which really drives me nuts, is people using the Steam charts to basically shit all over Marathon, which makes no sense because Marathon on Steam and Steam alone has had tens of thousands of players, the highest being 88,000 with a usual peak of about 55,000. And of course, when you look at the chart, it goes up and down, but that's because people have to go to school and work, which makes perfect sense. People have lives outside of gaming, unlike the unemployed. who seem to just want to grift off of this game. So when I see people saying, "Oh, the Steam charts are," no, they're keeping a consistent player base in a niche genre, because we got to remember, extraction shooters is a very niche genre. It's not a super popular genre, even though, yes, everyone and their grandma was talking about Arc Raiders. But even after the big, Arc Raiders explosion, people fell off the game, which happens to every game. And it's all about, if you can get the people who decide to stay, it's about keeping them. And so far, Bungie is keeping a consistent player base. So again, people are lying, not especially since Steam charts is just Steam. You still got the console players like me who are playing it at least once or twice every day. I at least try and get a few runs every day when I get the time between my other responsibilities and other games I like to play as well. So the fact is that this game has a strong player base, and these grifters are lying because, again, it's easier to hate than to actually enjoy something nowadays for some reason. And I'm sick of these lies that people are spreading about Marathon, because Marathon is not a high guard, is not another Concord. It's going to stay here. It's actually, we're going to see it grow. And if for some reason I'm wrong, but I don't think I am wrong in this regard, because again, this is Sony and Bungie, and it isn't Sony some weird studio that no one's heard about like Concord was, because no one heard about Firewalk before Concord. So but people know about Bungie, and if Bungie can survive the travesty that was Destiny 2 and that bullshit, it will survive Marathon. Marathon is going to stick around just like Destiny 2 is still around. So all this hate is just people trying to farm views, in my opinion, because the game is doing very well, is very fun to play, very successful. And when I'm done editing this video, I'm probably going to go and play some more Marathon, to be perfectly honest. And I'm just sick and tired of all these people lying and grifting about Marathon. But that, I said my piece. This is sort of a very ranty video, but I just wanted to kind of get back to making more quote-unquote edited content. I know there's not going to be a lot of editing with this one, but I still want to get to more edited content, but we always got to take that first step. So if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Love you guys. Have a good day.